The singular off weekend of the Cup Series schedule has come and gone, and the Easter Bunny just got arrested Sunday morning for breaking and entering. This could only mean one thing. Cleetus Mcfarland's on his way to DEGA in the DEGA BEGA for the 10th race of the Cup Series season at DEGA, and there's paint schemes to review. Let's go. Starting us off for this glorious weekend worth of paint schemes is surprisingly Ross Chastain. I say surprisingly because where's Corey LaJoie? You're telling me instead of coming to Talladega, where he may have a snowball's chance in hell of getting a good finish, he instead goes to Bristol to run 34th. Make that one make sense. Anyway, this car is a piss-poor attempt at an American flag. It looks like Where's Waldo? 4. If Austin Syndrome can somehow figure out how to not be in a 24-car pileup with 3 laps to go, he might just have a chance to win this weekend. That's a big if. 6. For whatever reason, it seems like a few of the Chevy teams this weekend had a tough time getting their paint schemes on NASCAR.com. RCR being one of them. I had to go searching for this car. Let's be honest. It still fucks though. 9. I don't have the slightest idea what Rural King is, and I also can't really pronounce that word. But it feels like a good sponsor for Talladega. Don't sleep on Noah. 9. After completely wiping the field in the Xfinity race at Bristol, Larson doubled down in an interview and basically said, all these kids fucking suck. You have to respect it, but maybe you shouldn't be too loud, because we're only a couple weeks removed from you spinning out all by yourself in the same exact spot at Darlington. And no, we don't need any more Xfinity races with Cup drivers. Please, no. Glaze on. 10. Unfortunately for Brad Keselowski, it kind of feels like his team is taking the build submarines thing a little too serious. Buescher and Preece are running pretty good. They must be in Seawolves. But Brad's 31st in points. It feels like he's in that cobbed-together piece of shit that went down to the Titanic and exploded. But he is totally due for a Talladega win. 10. Some shocking news out of Spire today. Rodney Childers is leaving the team. Insider sources are telling me that he got tired of crew chiefing on one of the ugliest cars in the Cup Series. 3. Kyle Busch is sporting a new look for DEGA. From what I've gathered in my 35 seconds of research, NicoKick.com is a site where you can order nicotine pouches online. All I know, I'm glad it's not the Zone car because that makes my eyeballs bleed. 8. I gotta hand it to Jeffrey Bezos. Talladega is a prime time to be advertising that NASCAR is about to switch over to Amazon Prime. Because quite frankly, I forgot all about it. Some will say that Denny Hamlin and Progressive copied this paint scheme, and that's okay. But I have to disagree because the Coca-Cola Lumar UniFirst stickers on the quarter panel completely ruined this car. Hendrick was so embarrassed they couldn't even upload their paint scheme to NASCAR.com. 5. This car is another one that you could accuse of copycatting. It's basically a complete copy and paste of the Allgaier 500 car. But you know what? That car really fucked, and so does this one. 10. I've come to the realization that when Denny Hamlin retires soon, we are all going to miss him. He's kind of like that one zit that you just keep on popping and it feels like it'll never go away. And then someday you go, damn, I miss fighting with that zit. Except Denny, if he was a zit, would probably have to be one on your ass, directly where your wallet sits. 9. I wonder what Ryan Blaney did during the off weekend. I have 3 guesses. Number 1, Star Wars marathon. Number 2, banging his wife. Number 3, riding jet skis with Sydney Sweeney in the Keys. You be the judge. 10. You really gotta love and appreciate the rise of nicotine pouches in NASCAR. Remember the time when Winston had to leave the sport because they didn't want kids subjected to tobacco ads? Interesting. But chemical nicotine pouches that you stick in your mouth are perfectly okay. Got it. They do give you a good buzz though. And this car does totally fuck. I support it. 100%. 10. Mr. Buescher. That one felt really good. It's been built up for the past 2 weeks. Christopher Buescher sponsored by Travel Centers of America this weekend, which is probably where Cleetus Mcfarland is right now, changing another radiator hose or some shit. 10. And then you have Chase Briscoe. 10. This right here is one of my biggest pet peeves, not just in NASCAR, but my entire life in general. We all know Sports Clips as Denny Hamlin's sponsor. So why are we changing it? And on top of that, the paint scheme isn't even good. 4. Joshy! I'm afraid I might have cursed Josh Berry when I officially changed his name to Joshy. Because since then, the guy has done absolutely nothing. No turning back now, though, Joshy. 8. 6. I remember when things were proper in the world, before they sucked all the life out of the Lidos paint scheme. Sad times. 3. Not only does William Byron fumble the bag, but his fans do too. Because last Saturday I took to Twitter, I asked everybody, who's going to win the race today? Got a bunch of comments. Most people said Jesse Love, but I listened to one guy, Eric. He said Carson Kvapil was going to win the race. It looked like a pretty good bet, until it wasn't. You fumbled. I've had to eat ice cube soup all week. Thanks. 7. Just kidding. I'm broke because of whatnot. Some may say we could potentially see Todd Gilliland's first win this weekend. I say he can't win unless he's in the pickle car. 10. Here's your weekly reminder that Riley Herbst does still exist. He is on planet Earth, I think. 6. Today I saw this paint scheme referred to as the Sex Machine 9000. I feel sorry for your sex life. 7. I'm sure a lot of you have probably seen NASCAR John here on TikTok. I thought he was a good guy. And then he made a video on Andy's Frozen Custard. He said it was just okay. John, I mean absolutely no disrespect when I say this. But if you don't like Andy's Frozen Custard, then fuck you. 10. The way Legacy Motor Club hyped this car up before it got released, I seriously thought that Richard Petty was about to come out of retirement. Is this car supposed to impress me in any way? I'll be the first to admit I don't eat beef jerky, but this car also does not entice me to even want to look in the direction of beef jerky. Their mascot is a literal fucking Sasquatch, and you cover the car in a flannel. This car looks like Walmart Christmas pajamas. Abysmal. 0. Oh my God, Legacy is just on a roll. The design, you really had a chance, but I seriously can't even zoom in far enough to read what that logo is. It's Tri-State something or other. God, this sucks. Move on. 0. 2311 has completely given up on any form of originality. This looks like a shittier version of the Lido scheme that Bubba's running. 2. Good news for Ricky Stenhouse, this car looks totally awesome. Bad news for Ricky Stenhouse, their team can't manage to put their paint scheme on NASCAR.com, so they're ineligible for the paint scheme of the week. Also, we drink C4 Energy in this household now. 10. Have I? 8. This must be some college grade calculus or something because I was not taught this formula in high school. You know, A squared plus B squared equals Arby's times barbecue. What is this? And to think earlier in this video I was giving out 10s like Oprah Winfrey. 0. I know it says Saya was established in 1924 in big bold letters on the side of this race car, but I'm fully convinced that it did not exist until they decided to sponsor Ty Gibbs. Never a day in my life have I ever noticed one of these trucks until the news came out. Now I see them all the time. It feels like I'm driving one myself. 6. Here's an example of the Kroger white hood being okay. At least in this case, it blends in with the rest of the car. The only problem is, it says Celsius. 3. Anthony Alfredo's getting the seat warmed up for Jesse Love this weekend. And I gotta admit, this car was the front runner for the paint scheme of the week until I noticed one key problem. I cannot stand that the 2 overlaps into the white. Major points deduction. 8. Is it just me, or does gunk feel like such a dirty word? This car reminds me of 2 very specific things. First of all, being Matt Tiff's Dirt Late model for obvious reasons. And second of all, that number 14 hefty car that Eric McClure used to drive in the Xfinity Series. This puppy looks really good, though. 10. I have the greatest news for Carson Hocevar. Monday morning, Buddy sends me a picture. He won on a scratch-off ticket. All the winning numbers, 7s. Later that night, go pick up a smoothie. What's the total? 777. Yesterday, scrolling TikTok. My TikTok freezes. Gets stuck on a video. How many likes on the video? 77. On the way home, I go, looks like I'm running out of gas. Let me see how many miles I got left. 77. You thought it stopped there. No, there's more. We all know Carson Hocevar is riding around in that badass Dale Earnhardt pickup truck. He posted a picture of the truck today. Guess what somebody put on his door rail? A Mike Skinner sticker. Guess what I got in the mail on Monday from Whatnot? A Mike Skinner number 3 164 diecast. Guy tells me I need to put a Travis Kvapil crock pot on my wedding registry. Link in bio. What number is he? 77. How much money am I going to have on Carson Hocevar to win this fucking race by the time Sunday comes? $77.77. And Emily doesn't know this yet, but we're about to go to Chili's and ride the Dente 7 and 7 each. Carson Hocevar is winning the race on Sunday. And after he does, he's going to meet us in the Charlotte Concord Mooresville area on May 23rd or 24th to party and ride the Dente so fucking hard for my bachelor party weekend. Book it. 7.7. Glad I got that off my chest. BJ McLeod's back, and he's got a pretty badass sponsor. Let's not forget, last time out, BJ led quite a few laps at Talladega. Can he do it again? 10. SVG, you personally offend me with how far back you're trying to move the number. The rules are the rules, buddy. If you can't take them, go back to New Zealand. 3. Cocodrile. I got tagged to this paint scheme at least 12,000 times. This car checks a lot of boxes. Wendy's, check. Frosty, check. Good looking. The best way I could describe this race car is that it gives me ADHD. A lot of you guys won't like this. 9. And the Life, Liberty, Happiness Podcast Paint Scheme of the Week goes to Michael McDowell and the Gunk Machine. It was a close battle when the paint schemes first came out, but after intense attention to detail, Michael McDowell blew it away. Here is this week's top 3. Make sure you guys check out the Life, Liberty, Happiness podcast. I've done a couple interviews on there. The link is in my bio. And here is the current paint scheme review point standings. See you guys next weekend for the exciting, thrilling Texas. Later.